everybody, my name's Kay and I'm here to read you a story. And the story today is Ned Numbat of Narrogin, and this was written and illustrated by Diane Hagqvist. And here's the title page. And look, she's put pictures of all the Australian birds, animals and reptiles. And there's our title, Ned Numbat of Narrogin, written and illustrated by Diane Hagqvist. And Diane has made this book specially for Adam, Ava and Xavier. Love from Nana. Isn't that nice? In the still of the night, there is something hiding in a lock. It's a cold night in the dry woodlands of Western Australia. There are two little Numbats. We must hide from the wild feral cats in the bush, says Ned to Nyla Numbat. Ned and Nyla scoot along the top of a hollow log, using their tails to help them keep their balance. Just then, Tom, a wild feral cat, spies them in the bush. Ned said to Nyla, "Come quickly to the spot. We'll be safe here till morning, away from that feral cat." As the night gets colder and the moon and the stars come out, we can hear the feral cats howling, looking for their dinner. Ernie Echidna is hurrying through the bush. He is safe because of his spiky body. "No Numbats here tonight," says Tom, the feral cat. "We might go hungry tonight." Well, we certainly hope they do if they're going to eat Numbats. At daybreak, the air is still cold. Ned is just waking up and his furry coat keeps him warm. Nyla joins him. "Let's go find some food," says Ned. Now that the sun is up and warming the dusty Australian bush, the Numbats start to look for a termite nest to catch the termites. They meet their friend Neil Numbat. Over by the creek, some kangaroos are resting on the grass. The Numbats scurry along the log looking out for termite mounds. They scratch up the ground where they might see termites scampering about in the dusty Australian bush. "Yum," says Nyla to Ned. They use their long, sticky tongues to catch the termites as they scratch the ground for their breakfast. Can you scratch at the ground and use your long, sticky tongue to catch termites? Is your tongue very long? Mine's not. But you might catch lots of yummy termites. The Numbats take turns checking for the dangers that might be lurking in the bush as they scamper around looking for their food. Suddenly they come across a lost baby kangaroo who has been separated from his mother. "Have you seen my mother?" says Jonathan Joey. "Why no," says Ned Numbat. "I can't find her anywhere," says Jonathan Joey. "I jumped out of my mum's pouch to taste some grass and the mob was scared by some of the other bush animals and off they jumped." "Oh, you're very welcome to stay near us until your mum comes back for you," said Nyla. "Thank you," said Jonathan with a big tear in his eye. As the Numbats scamper around in the warm sun looking for more termites, they see a little bush bird. "Little bush bird, could you fly up high and see if you can spot Jonathan's mummy?" says Ned Numbat. "Yes, I'd be very happy to help out," says the bush bird. Little bush bird asks bush turkey, "Have you seen a mob of kangaroos?" "Not here." "Gobble, gobble, gobble," says the bush turkey as he scratches the ground near his mound in the bush. "Can you gobble like a turkey?" "Gobble, gobble, gobble." High in the sky, the little bush bird flies, looking for the mob of kangaroos. Little bush bird flies down to the mob of kangaroos, squeaking. "Have you lost a Joey?" called Jonathan. Jonathan's mum says, "Yes, he's missing." "He is over in the bush," said little bush bird. "I will take you to him. Please follow me," said little bush bird. Mummy kangaroo bounds along following the bush birds. They soon arrive at the bush spot where Jonathan Joey is waiting with Nyla and Ned Numbat. Jonathan is so happy to see his mum. He is jumping up and down with joy. Can you jump up and down with joy like a kangaroo? They thank the little bush bird and Ned and Nyla Numbat, and then they head off to find the mob of kangaroos near the creek. Just a few more jumps, Jonathan, says Mummy Kangaroo. By this time, the mob of kangaroos were resting in the shade of trees in the bush after grazing on the grass near the creek. A couple of emus have gathered with John and Ned Numbat. Everyone was so happy to see Jonathan again. He is bounding along after his mother, very excited to be back in the mob, and he jumps back into his mother's pouch. As the afternoon sun started to sink in the western sky, the bush became alive with all the noise of the little bush birds looking for their late afternoon snack and finding somewhere to sleep safely for the night. Some emus run by, followed by their chicks looking for their food. The bush turkeys are scratching in the ground. Little bush bird was darting around with her friends, enjoying the late afternoon sun warming their backs. They did not see the feral cat creeping along in the long shadows near the logs and the bush. Suddenly, Ned Numbat was startled and raced up the tree for a better look. He could see the wild feral cat was heading his way. He darted along the tree trunk near the logs and alerted the little bush birds who were dancing around in the sunlight. The moon is very bright tonight and it lights up the park, and we can see and hear the noise of the feral cats hunting for their food. Ned and Nyla Numbat start to scurry around the logs, darting here and there, getting ready to go to their burrow for the night. They have started to gather some leaves to put into their burrow, but they quickly stopped when the feral cat appeared, chasing the little emus and numbats. As the sun comes out the next morning and the earth is warming, out come the termites too. Ned Numbat starts to hunt for his breakfast. Ned uses his long, sticky tongue to eat the termites. The bush animals are very excited to see Pete the park ranger and jump on the back of the ute. Pete the park ranger said to the animals, "Hop off, I am setting up the cages for tonight." "We will catch the feral cats," said Pete, "and take them away to protect the little Numbats. They don't belong out here in the bush. The Numbats will be much safer without them." Now the bush is a bit safer. Ned and Nyla's baby pups creep out cautiously. They scamper through the dusty bush. They have been sleeping in the burrow that Ned and Nyla have dug for them. Pete the park ranger has set his traps and caught the wild feral cat. He will take them away to another place, so the Numbats, bush birds, baby emus and the bush turkeys will be safe. That's good, isn't it? I wonder what they're going to do now. The little pups enjoy the warmth of the sun on their fur. They scamper around through the dusty bush, playing hide and seek, following their parents. They love to play hide and seek. Off they go, scurrying up the trees and in the logs on a hot summer's day in December. They look just like their parents, cute little fluffy animals learning to eat termites. Bush turkeys, the emus and the mob of kangaroos gather round for a party with the Numbats. Along comes a dragon. There's the dragon, and a snake, and all of the different bush birds. Eddie Echidna arrives with his friends looking for the cupcakes. There they are, the lovely pink cupcakes. All the birds and animals are very happy. They are now safe in the dusty Australian bush near Narrogin. Lots of cupcakes and icy poles are there for the party. Thank goodness the Numbats will be so much safer, so that all the children can look out for them the next time when they're near Narrogin in Western Australia. And look, here's a special message. Please don't let your pet cats out into the bush to become wild or feral. It's very important, isn't it? We don't want wild cats in the bush. And look, here's all our beautiful animals and reptiles. Fairy wrens, corella, numbat, kangaroo, joey. Look, here's the bush turkey and the chicks, an adult emu, young emu, and a baby emu. Here's the snake, here's the dragon, and here's the echidna. Thank you for listening to my story.